Welcome to a world where the Bonapartes are in control of France in World War II. This is the third part to the series. Give a watch to the first two, and without further ado, let's get started. Now, first, brainstorm action. In a quick recap, I'm going to give you the Germans just Anschluss Austria, and we're firmly against it. Us in Czechoslovakia are currently trying to bring ourselves together in an alliance against Germany. So it should be an interesting episode. Alright, Germany annexation of Austria has surrounded Czechoslovakia on three sides, making their defense nearly impossible without immediate French intervention. No mobilize and demand Poland to allow transit rights for French troops reaching the Czech border to entering the city and then we should do both of those. Polish diplomatic blackmail. Used to join a defensive pact unless, we also try to make a defensive pact with Poland, Czechoslovakia, Denmark, Lithuania, and they all said no except for Czechoslovakia. So, Poland does not want to have anything to do with us. And we can threaten abandonment. We could just threaten abandonment. Also, the British do not want war. They're really reluctant to fight against the Germans. They don't see them as that much of a threat as we do. So, we see it as a diplomatic betrayal. So, demand written guarantees. Italian naval aggression, reinforce Djibouti garrisons, or convert support. Deploy the main battle fleet from Toulon to patrol the western Mediterranean, aggressively escorting all merchant ships and challenging Italian submarines. That sounds like a good idea. Belgium neutrality gap. Order northern border defenses in Ardennes to cross into Belgium and occupy fortified positions along the Meuse River before German forces can react. We could, also the Belgians don't really like us. We could fortify the gap and secret intelligence pact. Fall of Nanking and Japanese consolidation in Asia. Also, this is what Asia looks like right now. It looks like a mess. Strengthen Indonesian defenses. Secure. That seems like good. Okay, so let's see how the world reacts to our decisions. I expect the Germans to hate this, and the Italians too, because we're going to be fighting like a two-front war, basically. We have a general mobilization first armored division ever done, roars to life. Polish refusal of transit rights. Colonel Beck. British hesitation in London. The British, they haven't done crap to help against Germany. They only guarantee different nations, but they don't act on the guarantees, unlike we do, so they better sign. In German counter-mobilization. Case Green. Historically, Case Yellow was the operation that they marched through Belgium. I have a video on the Maginot Line, and Case Yellow is included. Watch that short. It's in my channel, but I'll stop with a self-promotion for now. Belgium neutrality reaffirmed. Mediterranean standoff. French battle fleet sortie from Toulon results in immediate tension with Italian naval units. French destroyers aggressively shadow Italian submarines suspected of piracy, forcing them to submerge and break off patrols. Mussolini denounces the French action as naval bullying and orders the Regia Marina to prepare for conflict. Oh my God, all they can do is partial mobilization. This is sad. Acts on instructions for Berlin abruptly escalates the demands include full autonomy for Sudetenland within a federalized Czechoslovakia. When Prague rejects these terms as unconstitutional, mass protests and civil disobedience. Yeah. What did they add? Indonesian border guard. So this better do a lot. Soviets offer aid to Czechoslovakia. Stalin seeking an opportunity to check German expansion offers aid to Czechoslovakia on contingent on French support. Soviet bombers and volunteers were promised if France honors its alliance. However, the refusal of Poland and Romania to allow Soviet troops passage rendered the offers largely symbolistic. So yeah. Actually could be allies with the Soviet Union. The final ultimatum. Hitler gave Czechoslovakia, the main secessions of Sudetenland. Hitler gave Czechoslovakia 48 hours to comply or military invasion. German radio broadcasts demand repeatedly, whipping populace into a national frenzy. Okay, this is where it all starts. French forces on high alert. And they did it. 40 hours expired with no Czech acceptance. Germans advanced across the border, engaging Czech patrol. Hitler declared war. The liberation of Sudetenland. Germans. We need to declare war. Declare war on German Reich. The German Reich. Order our troops to advance into Germany until met with stiff resistance. This is if we fail or if we win in this video. This will probably be the last video in the series. So like and subscribe and watch my later series. We declare war on the German Reich. The historic decree declaring war of state between the French Empire and the German Reich, effective immediately. Across, advancing through heavy rain and mud, French tanks encountered scattered resistance from German border guards who retreat according to plan. The offensive aimed to draw German forces away from the Czech front, but progress was slow due to logistical bottlenecks and cautious leadership. British ultimatum demanding the immediate withdrawal of all troops from Sudetenland when Germany decided the liberation of ethnic Germans. Britain formally declared war on Germany. At midnight, the Royal Navy began mobilizing its fleet. So this is like a worst case scenario for the German Reich. They aren't as strong as they were historically in World War II. The only bad thing that could happen is Italy invading us, but I don't see it happening yet. And we could promise Hungary. Actually, no. We could promise Hungary Burgenland, whatever that's called, if they invade too. Or promise Poland, East Prussia, and Königsberg. Yeah. French armor. Okay, yeah, we were making great advancements right here. Pushed deeper into, but ran into stiff resistance. Newly arriving, dense fog and narrow, leading a series of confused skirmishes. The First Armored Division suffered significant loss from hiding anti-tank guns and aerial strafing runs from Ju-87 Stukas. Despite the setback, ordered advance to continue, demanding the breakthrough through winter. Okay, we cannot. Mobilize infantry units or divisions have the First Arm Division and take. Okay, yeah, I can't spell. That's gonna stay like. Actually, no. Division. Take defensive positions. Okay, so this should get our tank divisions, have them stop taking massive casualties, plus advancing to German Reich is better than we did in real life World War II. So honestly, I think we're doing amazing. Oh my god, this ad. Okay, so I just hope that Czechoslovakia can hold. Okay, unexpected fierce distance from dense fog and support, allowing the Luftwaffe to strike, advancing stalled. And elite panzer divisions redirect from slamming to the high casualties mountain. That's not good. British declaration of war, great. That was a little late. Belgian neutrality crisis. Strict neutrality, refusing to allow French reinforcements to cross Wallonia despite secret prior agreements. Pressure Brussels threatening invasion if any foreign troops enter Belgian soil. And now they intensify attacks, but we can't really do anything about this. And Czechoslovakia looks like it fell. That's not good. Okay, facing collapse of their ally and stiffening German resistance, the French High Command orders a withdrawal from Palatinate. That's not what I meant. To fortify positions along the Maginot Line. The Vichy was covered by heavy artillery bombardment, but significant equipment was abandoned in the rush. Vowed that the war will, despite setbacks. Hitler's birthday parade. He's holding a massive parade during the war. What a bum. This is how you know that he doesn't know how to lead a nation. Okay. Ineffective due to continued trade via Soviet Union and Baltic ports. What if we offer to turn an eye on Soviet invasions in the Baltics? That sounds stupid, though. How are they even trading with the Soviet Union? Like, we just could get a blockade here, and their trade is completely cut off. German ultimatum to Poland. Turns us east, return of Danzig. Recognize the impossibility of an immediate offensive. The French Empire poured resources into strengthening the Maginot Line. Concrete bunkers were stocked with ammunition, and reserve divisions filled the gaps between the fortresses. The strategy shift from active intervention to a defensive posture, hoping to bleed the German army dry in any future assault. Fearing German... they still trade with the Germans, but they just don't want their expansionism. What am I seeing? Stalin, fearing German expansionism, offers military assistance to France and the remaining Czech government in exile. However, the refusal of Poland remaining to allow Soviet troops passage renders off moot. Diplomatic cables flew between Moscow and Paris, but logistical realities prevent any meaningful cooperation against the Nazi threat. What they could do is send their air force to bomb German troops, but that's already not good. A phony war. War strategy coordinations. The stagnation on the front is concerning. Our intelligence suggests Germany is regrouping for a strike somewhere else, possibly Poland or Low Countries. We must coordinate our long-term strategics. You know what? Hear me out. What if we get British troops to land in Hamburg? And then they can march straight to Berlin, collapse Germany. No, that sounds stupid. Send troops to help our defense. This better work, because I'll be so pissed if I just wasted 3 episodes worth of entertainment and lose. Immediate deployment to your soil, Emperor. We must first secure port and channel port in our logistics. We blockade the Germans. I hope this works. All enemies already patrolling the sea to intercept German, but a formal joint blockade requires your fleet to secure. Why does Mediterranean have to do with this? Mediterranean's here. I need to blockade this. How does one correlate with the other? Send our Air Force up. Air Force powerful and the Germans. Honestly, I'd be so pissed if we lose this war. sustained campaigns against Alsace-Lorraine, swelling the fog ahead. Yeah, so, they have heavy air superiority. Now we're back to, the Spanish Civil War. British Expeditionary Force arrives. German economic mobilization. The acceleration of the 4-year plan. Historically, I'm pretty sure he did this. Soviet border clashes with Japan. And then we have the Spanish. We have our industrial conversation stands at crisis escalates. Wait a sec. Issued a decree that conversation, tanks and aircraft manufacturing, stalemate solidifies. By early September, the Western Front had settled into a rigid stalemate reminiscent of the Great War, though with great mobility potential. Both sides dug extensive trench systems backed by concrete fortifications. Artillery duels became daily occurrence. No major infantry assaults were launched. The Japan better not invade us. German naval buildup. Construction of U-boats, aiming to challenge British naval dominance. Yeah, that's not good. Not good. Winter preparations, Armistice Day. The 12th anniversary, at the 20th anniversary of the Great War's end, Napoleon VI laid a wreath of founding victory over new German tyranny. Was mobilized as report massive rail movement towards the Rhineland. Emperor Napoleon VI faced immediate decision to preemptively strike into Belgium to disrupt Germans, so reinforce the Belgian border and risk violating neutrality, again inviting political backlash. Windows for action for closing rapid as snow began to cover the fields of Europe. That's not good. Okay, I know I said this is probably going to be my last video on this topic, but I lied. We're going to have one more video or two if this war finishes. As soon as this war finishes, the series is going to end. But this is the end of the first video, or not first, third video. I just hope you enjoy the series. Like and subscribe to the channel, and see you next time.